Welcome everybody to another live stream repair. We've got just this one HomePod in today from Mario with no power. We've already let them know that it's here and we are just getting started on it, so let's get this opened and see what we're dealing with. Okay, oh, and one more thing we should ground up. There we go. Ready to go. So, first things first, we always want to check our symptoms, especially with no power, with a known good power cable. Hey Mayushi, welcome to the stream. Talk about a great thing to watch during eating of food. What time is it right now? It's 2:30. Well, it's lunchtime somewhere. Or dinner time elsewhere. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, no response there, no signs of life, and 4 to 6 watts of power draw on the kilowatt over there. All pretty typical symptoms of a dead diode on the amplifier, which is usually the case with these no power pods. If it was pulling 0 watts of power, it'd probably be a blown fuse, since that would break the electrical current altogether and allow no electricity to flow, resulting in no power draw. If we saw 1 to 2 watts of power draw, that would more likely be a short on the logic board, but that's pretty rare. Usually we see what we just saw here, which is 3 to 7 watts of power draw caused by a shorted diode on the amplifier. So we're going to get this apart and see if our guess is correct as usual. Yeah, I'm 2 hours behind you. I wonder if I could stick a credit card under this while I'm prying it up to keep it up. Oh yeah, there you go. That might be a really neat trick. Kind of like we've got a frequent watcher, his name is Seth, and he for a while suggested trying, amongst many others of course, but Seth was very insistent that we try credit cards with this step. And I don't find an easy way to hold them and do that without getting enough, but I think using both of these at the same time, using the credit card to keep that gap so that we don't have to go around over and over again, that might be the trick. Got that display off easy peasy. Get out of here. You found someone who knew of my channel. Wow. I wonder, did they find my channel through like HomePod repairs? Or, because I've done quite a lot of things on the internet that every once in a while I go to a con and someone's like, "Are you on Bendable Straw? Are you that guy on Twitter? Are you that guy that did any Twitter? Are you the guy that almost got banned from SoccerCon for running an absolutely horrible anime Twitter panel?" Why, yes, I'm that guy. Literally all I would do is dick around on the internet and tweet stuff. And then, like, you show up at cons and people, like, know you. No, with one of my roommates, we attempted to run an Annie Twitter panel at the local anime convention, SoccerCon. This was like probably 7 or 8 years ago, at least, I think. And we did not think it through at all. It was honestly so horribly done. We had like Twitter up on the projector, and like people were tweeting like really obscene stuff. So we had to take that down. Almost got banned from the convention. Convinced them not to. But the panel itself was so horrible and unorganized that somebody actually went through the effort to write a blog post on it. I think you can still find it if you search for SoccerCon Annie Twitter. That is actually where my profile picture comes from. I cosplayed as Ronald McDonald and ran that panel. Somebody took that photo and wrote the blog post, and I took that photo and used it as a profile picture pretty much ever since then. That is me as Ronald McDonald at SoccerCon running the Annie Twitter panel on my T61 ThinkPad. Oh yeah, that's right. I've done a few things on Reddit. There was I posted a picture of my setup like I think 10 years ago, and it made it into PC Gamer magazine. This is like while I was still in the National Guard. So I was like low key shitting my pants, hoping that like nobody in my unit would recognize like any of my stuff or my name or info, and point it out and be like, "You're a huge nerd," even though they knew I was a nerd. But like anime nerd is got like kind of next level nerdery. All right, check this out. This is one of the big reasons why I wanted to get this camera in this new setup done. You can see me undo the ribbon cable in here now. Look at that. Beautiful. And let's get the screws for the amp out. But if out of everything I've done to get any sort of infamy online, I'm happy with taking HomePod repair guy to the grave with me and being known for that. I'll take that over a guy that ran an absolutely horrible Sakura Con panel. We are in 12 minutes, not including, or including all the time it took for us to intro and all that. 1746K for a date code on that diode there. Let's get my camera readjusted. Alright, get our heat warmed up. Double check and see that our diode is in fact dead. Yes, it is. So let's get it replaced. Already forgot the diagnosis step there. It's usually pretty quick with these no power ones. Does being an anime nerd have negative connotations within the military? Really depends on who you're talking to. Like, generally you're probably okay so long as you're not like an obvious like dripping weeaboo. You know what I mean? But there were also always, you know, it's honestly, it's a lot like frickin' middle school or high school with these guys. It's like, you got a lot of people you get along with, you got a lot of people you just don't interact with generally, or just kind of don't know, really. And then you've got, like, the handful of people that are just mean to everybody. But that was just my personal experience, so. Some people you just cannot, you'll never get to get along with. Or like, a lot of times, like, military or like army guy humor, they're just kind of thick-skinned, you know? So like, being an anime nerd is just one more thing for them to like poke at you about, you know? I mean, let me grab my phone that I had when I was still in. Because this is stupid. This was my phone like 7 or 8 years ago, I think, something like that. This is the Sony Xperia Z Ultra. And at the time, it had it's either a 6.4 or a 6.7 inch screen. And at the time, it was the biggest screen that you could get in a phone. And I, of course, had this, and everybody else at the time had, like, iPhone 6s or whatever, iPhone 5s, I think, even. I don't think they had any plus-sized iPhones out at the time, so this thing was just... They actually had a specific term for this. It was called a phablet. They weren't called just regular phones. Like, regular phones these days just have 6.5, 7-inch screens on them, but the bezels are so much smaller. If you look at this one, the bezel goes, like, you know, it's about that thick on the bottom and that thick on the top. So, but at the time, they were making fun of me for having a big phone, and it's like, are you kidding me? They just find anything they can to poke at you. And now literally they're all walking around with phones as big as this, with big wallets on the back of them that make them like 3 times as thick, and it's like, really now? I was not aware of the existence of that word until you just said it. Huh. All right. What have we got? Yeah. Huh. You know, I don't really care. At the end of the day, as long as they're not hurting themselves or anybody else, whatever. Hey, we got power. What have we got for an offset? 35, 36, 37, 38. That's okay. It's not the best. Let's see if it keeps going. Nope, they're just going to keep going. Alright, we'll give it new filters and then we'll put it back together. Don't understand why you always drink a specific soda during the show. Oh, I don't know if I drink a specific one. I just, I tend to obviously buy large quantities of the drink that I'm gonna get. So like if I've got an Asahi beer, I'll probably have like a box of 20 of them or so. Or if I don't know, honestly, between the Asahi, I think we went through Coronas at some point. We went through some Kirkland Costco brand, which was actually surprisingly good. What else have we gone through? Can't remember. We've gotten a couple other boutiques from Costco, but... Alright, let's give this new filters, and then we'll just, we'll get this put back together. I don't actually have anything to drink right now. I'm really thirsty. I'm gonna get some water. Okay. I've got some water. Let's get some new filters. This isn't absolutely necessary, but I just don't like that it kind of just keeps creeping up like that. The 50 millivolt target that we aim for is pretty aggressive. When you look at the spec sheet for the amp chip here, it says that it can tolerate up to plus or minus 18 millivolts at the input, which amplified, which in other words what we would see at the subwoofer and on our multimeter, would be around 180 to 200 millivolts. So again, the 50 millivolt target's pretty aggressive, but when we see more than that, we just go ahead and call it and get those filters replaced before they continue to get worse over time, because it's not going to get better. They don't just get better by themselves. They're only going to get worse. Ooh, I got some new low melt solder. Let me go grab that. Yeah, I got tired of squeezing the other stuff out of the tube and onto the Corona cap for that, so I got a spool of this stuff. HTM. This is 6337 with the same 180 degree melting point as my other stuff, but just in a spool. So we should be able to just pop that right onto the iron without nearly as much hassle as before. Oh yeah, that's nice. The real question is it nice on our board? Seems like it. We'll see how it plays with our caps and if it's solid or not. Because the thing to keep in mind with low melt solder, especially the lower temperature melt you go, the more brittle it is. So we want to make sure this is still strong enough that it's not going to break, especially under the vibrations of normal use. Not bad. Ah, there we go. I got those lined up a little better. Beautiful. Nothing touching anything that shouldn't. So let's give this a chance to cool down, and we'll see if that's good to go. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Mayushi. You have a good one. Give me less than 50. Give me less than 50. Alright. Hey, 5 millivolts. That's a lot better. So, now we can get this put back together. with my gasket. Grumpy baby. Nice. I intended to do that. All right. Let's give this one final press and see if it's ready to go. What do we got?
I'm having trouble connecting to.
Very good.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Very good. All right, folks. That's all that we've got here today to get fixed up. If you have any questions on HomePod repairs, be it do-it-yourself or reaching out to me to send it in and fixed up here on the channel, check out my website, nixfix.com, where I've got a section for common issues and steps to diagnose and repair it yourself, along with the part numbers you may need, and my contact info so you can reach out if you get stuck or if you want to send yours in. In any case, hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.